Westwood One Radio Network. Week 3 concluded as the Cowboys knocked off the Giants 23-16 on Monday Night Football. Cooper Rush moving to 3-0 in his career as a starter as he threw for 215 yards and a touchdown. NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero reporting that the Buccaneers will move practice to the Dolphins facility in Miami this week due to Hurricane Ian. More from Pelissero. Chargers tackle Rashawn Slater is expected to miss the rest of the season with a ruptured biceps tendon. Head coach Brandon Staley also saying pass rusher Joey Bosa has a significant groin injury and is week to week. The NFL making wholesale changes to the Pro Bowl, renaming the event as the Pro Bowl Games. The multi-day AFC versus NFC competition will culminate in a flag football game at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, February 5th, 2023. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required. Refund available for 60 days after purchase.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. Love your results or your money back. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a Realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a Realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a Realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a Realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
We are the Imperial Valleys, AM 1230, KXOL, Central California. Good day, sunshine. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's a Tuesday, September 27th, 2022. Yeah, and, well, we've got all sorts of good things coming. We'll celebrate some birthdays today. We can do that. And, in the newsroom, Gene Brister. Good morning, Gene.
Good morning, Carroll.
I'm kind of excited.
Okay, and why is that?
Coming up at about 8 o'clock, I'm going to be in a Zoom meeting while I'm on the air with a class in Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh, okay. Well, that'll work.
Yeah. The class is studying communications, and they wanted to tour a radio station, and there were no radio stations in the Omaha area that were available for a tour. So we're going to do it
now, did you already get started to get over there?
Well, it's on Zoom.
Okay.
So
I missed that part. I thought that's a long ways to go.
It is, but it'll be fun. It's a group of students. I believe they range in age from about 10 to 14 or so. And they're studying communications, not just radio.
Yeah, you know, how to say hi to your neighbor.
Exactly. That's part of it. Yeah. I think they're also exploring things like continuous wave, which is Morse code, and a few other things. So it ought to be fun.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So
I got it.
We're kind of looking forward to that.
So that comes up at 8:30, huh?
No, at 8, between 8 and 9.
Okay, well, that's just around the corner.
Yeah, and it'll be on Zoom, closed Zoom, so you won't be able to watch. You weren't invited.
I get the drift. Drift.
Nothing personal. Just,
I understand.
You weren't invited.
I didn't take it personal.
Okay. Let's see. Are you ready for some birthdays?
Birthdays. We have birthdays today.
Okay, actor Kathleen Nolan, 89. Actor Claude Jarman Jr. is 88. He was the little boy on the movie The Yearling, which almost caused as many tears as Old Yeller.
Almost, but not
almost. Singer, guitarist Randy Bachman of BTO, Bachman Turner Overdrive, 79. Actor Liz Torres, 75. Actor A. Martinez is 74. Actor Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa, 72. Sean Cassidy is 64. Singer, guitarist Stephen Jenkins of Third Eye Blind, 58. Actor Patrick Muldoon, 54. Actor Gwyneth Paltrow is crazy, and she's 50. Actor Indira Varma, 49. Singer Brad Arnold of Three Doors Down, 44. Actor Anna Camp of The Mindy Project is 40. Singer Avril Lavigne is 38. Actor Sam Lerner, 30. Actor Ames McNamara, 15. Local birthdays coming up.
Hello, I'm Camila Marquez. We were wondering if you could vote for a dad named George Marquez. Hi, my name is Mia Marquez, and my dad is running for district attorney. He is a great dad. That's why I think he will be a great district attorney. And he protects people. Remember to vote for George Marquez this November 8. He will keep our family safe. Don't forget to vote! Vote George Marquez for district attorney.
Paid for by the committee to elect George Marquez for District Attorney 2022.
Let's celebrate today's birthdays. Happy birthday, Altagracia Ramos, Julie Velasco, Kina Estrada, Irma Contreras, Richard Picasso, Victoria Dorame, Sal Ramirez, Jimmy Santana, Melissa Campos, Vincent Vallejo, Claudio Ruiz, Richard Quintero, Sylvia Lovio, Elisa Barros, Tommy Avina, Anna Ramirez, and the lovely and talented Loli Torres. Happy birthday from KXO. Okie dokie. Did you ever play hopscotch? You lived in the country. You probably didn't have any way of making a hopscotch court, did you?
No, actually, we did have some cement around us, so
okay,
we could do that.
A team of 3 hoppers completed a new world record hopscotch course measuring 4.37 miles. It's in Denver. Guinness World Records verified the group had set a new mark, beating a 4.2-mile hopscotch course down in Atlanta. It's especially tough to beat a world record in Colorado. Any challenge has to be completed, all while holding a bong in your hand, but they made it. So
they probably wore their shoes out, too.
Yeah, I understand Chris Hall was recently in Denver, and I believe it was to test out the world record hopscotch course.
Well, there's a connection.
Yeah. Oh, well, we used to play hopscotch. Do you remember what they called, the marker that you threw?
No, I mean, we had so many different ones,
Yeah, they were all different, but that was the potsy.
The potsy. Okay, I that one I didn't hear.
Yeah, what made one of the best potsies was an old heel from a shoe, because it didn't slide and it was flat and landed pretty true. And 2 doors down from us in Pennsylvania was a shoemaker. And the shoemaker's son was one of my best friends, and we used to get the old heels from shoes he was repairing.
So
that's called a potsy.
His father was a cobbler then.
Yes. And he is now a cobbler running the same shop.
Ah, no kidding.
Okay. Well, if you're ever in Reading, Pennsylvania, go by the Adesso Shoe Repair Shop.
Still there, huh?
Still there.
Okay. That's neat.
Are you ready for news?
We've got news coming up.
It's a look at world and California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your year-round comfort specialist. For sales, for service, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning.
CBS News Brief. A Category 3 Hurricane Ian slammed into Cuba this morning on its way to the west coast of Florida.
I think you're always worried when there's a storm coming your way, so we're doing the best we can to prepare.
That woman in Tampa Bay, site of Ian's possible landfall in the U.S. The system is expected to gain strength as it moves over warm Gulf waters. Clearwater Mayor Frank Hibbert.
All of our waterfront properties, those folks need to be moving now out of the area.
Kyiv calls it a terrorist attack by Moscow. Photos show gas leaks from the Nord Stream 1 pipeline bubbling up in the Baltic Sea. Lumber prices are finally falling. CBS's Jill Schlesinger.
The surging price of lumber pushed the price up of an average new single-family home by more than $35,000 from April of 2020 to April of 2021.
Consumer confidence was up for the second month in a row in September as gas prices fell, but they're rising again now. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
California headline news. The U.S. Forest Service now conducting a criminal probe in the mosquito fire. One of PG&E's transmission poles has been seized to see if it may have caused the fire. Tom Long is with the Utility Reform Network. He says only decertification will pressure the utility to become safer.
Have a meaningful threat that PG&E will lose its operating license and increase the pressure on PG&E from its shareholders to operate more safely.
The pole that was seized was located near the Oxbow Reservoir where the fire started. The fire burning nearly 77,000 acres, now 85% contained. Police still looking for a 15-year-old girl believed to have been abducted by her father in Fontana. The man accused of shooting the girl's mother, his ex-wife, to death during an argument Monday morning. Neighbors shaken.
I feel horrible for her family, for the little girl that they're looking for. I can only imagine how it's going to affect her for the rest of her life.
The suspect identified as 45-year-old Anthony Graciano. An Amber Alert issued. He's believed to be in a 2017 Nissan Frontier and may have traveled to Arizona. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California News headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning, your friend in the business. Lock Air Conditioning and custom sheet metal.
Okay, 3 more climbers, 7 loggers.
Ted's sustainably sourced logging company is growing a new branch.
What about truck driver contracts?
Which means a new HR manager will be the first hire to fall.
Then we'll need to staff up the warehouse.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Loyalty Lab Interview 6. Subject, grandmother's loyalty. Margie, what do you do when your grandson misbehaves?
Angels don't misbehave.
Here we study the most loyal, like you and... Oh, there goes the lamp.
Shouldn't have put it there.
Shell and the Fuel Rewards program has our members' backs, too. It's super easy to save on every gallon. Loyal, just like how you acted like that wasn't his fault.
Someone should clean that up before he gets hurt.
Yes, loyal, just like that.
10 years of FR.com. Terms and conditions apply.
It's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 is service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations in the Valley to serve you. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Tuesday morning, an early morning stabbing left a man dead over the weekend. Calexico police reported that a 38-year-old transient was fatally stabbed in a parking lot near 3rd and Pollen. Less than 12 hours later, a Calexico man was arrested and charged with the crime. According to police, the motive for the stabbing is still unknown at this time. The victim, whose identity has not been released, suffered several wounds, but was still able to describe the suspect to officers. He was treated at the scene and then flown to San Diego Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival. An El Centro police officer made a traffic stop Sunday morning, and 3 people ended up going to jail. The officer stopped the vehicle in the area of 4th and Wake There were 3 people in the car, and all 3 went to jail. One man was arrested on drug charges. One man was arrested for a bench warrant, and a woman was arrested for 3 bench warrants. All were booked into Imperial County Jail. KXO News Time 743.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires, guaranteed. We're talking the finest names in tires: Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlap, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. Check the prices, then talk to your Quick Lane service advisor. He will give you the best price, guaranteed. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall.
The Imperial County Board of Supervisors will hold a regular meeting today. The board will convene in closed session at 8:30 for a conference with the legal counsel, followed by a conference with their labor negotiator. The board will reconvene in open session at 10 a.m. Among the items on the agenda is the recognition of the Employee of the Month, Fire Engineer Jorge Perez. The board will receive an update on COVID-19 and monkeypox from the Public Health Department. The board may adopt the amended fiscal year 2022-2023 recommended budget. There will also be reports from various county departments. The meeting will be held in the board chambers of the County Administration Center in El Centro. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations to serve you at El Centro Motors, at the Imperial Valley Mall, and in the Brawley Auto Center.
Are you tired of all the clutter and junk in your house, your yard, or your business? I've got your answer. Give All Valley Junk Removal a call at 760-623-9499. That's 623-9499. Yes, they'll come by and give you a free estimate on removing your junk. They do it all. Commercial junk removal, tenant cleanouts, storage cleanouts, yard cleanouts, and more. Even heavy objects. All you have to do is call All Valley Junk Removal. 760-623-9499. That's 623-9499. They work 7 days a week to accommodate you. So call All Valley Junk Removal.
It's page 2 of the local news and weather, all brought to you by the Imperial Valley Economic Development Corporation. It's all here.
Continuing with more local news, a Winter Haven man is dead following a shooting late Saturday afternoon. Imperial County Sheriff's deputies responded to the 1800 block of Sapphire Lane in Winter Haven shortly after 5 p.m. after reports of shots being fired in the area. On arrival, deputies located 2 men with gunshot wounds. One victim was taken to a health center by family members, where he was treated and later released. The second man was taken to Yuma Regional Medical Center, where he succumbed to his injuries. The deceased man was identified as Jesus Galindo, 41 years of age, from Winter Haven. While investigating the scene, deputies located a possible suspect about 2 blocks away. The suspect was identified as Bishop Lorenzana, 22 of Yuma. Lorenzana was arrested and booked at Imperial County Jail for murder and several other charges. Details were released on a Friday fatal accident. The California Highway Patrol has reported more information on a traffic accident that occurred Friday afternoon. According to the CHP, the driver of a F-550 Ford truck was northbound on Highway 115 south of Keystone Road when they made a left turn onto Keystone. A car that was southbound on Highway 115 approaching Keystone swerved to avoid the truck, lost control, and rolled several times. The woman driving the car, 18-year-old Jocelyn Leanne Sloan of Buckeye, Arizona, sustained major injuries and was flown to Desert Regional Medical Center for treatment. A passenger, Dalton Tyler Lee Carter, 22 of Buckeye, was transported to Pioneers Memorial Hospital with major injuries. A second passenger, a 22-year-old man from Buckeye, died at the scene. The accident remains under investigation. And finally, the Imperial Valley Pallet has been scheduled. It is at Imperial Valley Food Bank. It's an event there. It'll be held October 27th. The food bank is currently looking for artists who would like to exhibit their work at the event. They're looking for watercolors, acrylics, oil paintings, pottery, sculptures, photography, and mixed media pieces. The entry deadline is coming up on October 1st. You can go to ivp3.org for more information.
I work in mud. Would that work?
It is. It's
mixed media.
Yes, it's mixed.
Okay.
Be sure and stir well. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Imperial Valley Business Resource Center is a one-stop shop for business development. We provide a complete roadmap to success for startups, entrepreneurs, and small to medium-sized businesses. Our in-house services include startup assistance, workforce development, manufacturing assistance, site selection, access to capital, accounting, cash flow management, permitting assistance, government contracting, international trade, incentive analysis, and more. Contact IVBRC today at 760-353-8332 or visit ivbrc.org to get started.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says the very warm temperatures will begin to moderate some over the next few days, with readings dropping back closer to normal by Friday. 108 the high in the valley yesterday, 75 our overnight low. Today will be sunny with a high near 104. West wind about 5 miles an hour becoming east. Tonight mostly clear with a low around 82. North wind about 5 miles an hour becoming south-southwest after midnight. Wednesday sunny with a high near 104. East-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, then becoming north-northeast. And right now, downtown 81 degrees, 35% relative humidity. The wind is calm. Page 2 of the local news and the weather, a service of the Imperial Valley Economic Development Corporation. It's all here.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
They have great weekday specials.
I like the friendly environment, the friendly staff, the cold beer, and the best weeks in town.
Burgers and Beer, what I like about Burgers and Beer, the menu, everything on the menu is great. I'm working my way through the menu. My favorite thing right now is the grilled tuna chipotle sandwich. That's what I had yesterday, and it was delicious.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
It's Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Filling in for Dak Prescott, making only his first ever consecutive start. Cooper Rush led the Cowboys to a 23-16 win over the Giants Monday. Is it just me, or do the NFL games so far appear to be really sloppy and not the least bit exciting? Anyway, New England Patriots quarterback Mac Jones is dealing with what doctors have diagnosed as a severe high ankle sprain that would cause many to have surgery. Jones is likely to miss multiple games. And New York Giants wide receiver Sterling Shepard suffered what is believed to be a serious left knee injury. Shepard had initial test yesterday. The non-contact injury happened in the final minutes of the Giants' loss. And Cleveland Browns defensive end Myles Garrett has been released from a hospital after being treated for injuries he sustained in a one-car crash. The crash occurred after Garrett left the Browns training facility in his 2021 Porsche. The vehicle went off the side of the road and flipped over. KXO Sports Time is 7:53.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneer's services, visit pmhd.org today.
And in Major League Baseball, limited schedule yesterday. Pirates beat up on the Reds 8-3. Braves shut out the Nationals 8-0. Blue Jays nipped the Yankees 3-2 in 10 innings. And it was the Orioles and the Red Sox 14-8. Yeah, scored more points than a lot of NFL games did this weekend. Switching to the NBA, Brooklyn Nets guard Kyrie Irving says he turned down a 4-year extension prior to the 21-22 season because of his decision not to get vaccinated against COVID-19. And the Phoenix Suns are moving on to a new chapter with owner Robert Sarver planning to sell the team. Yeah, but the mood on Media Day revealed the team still in shock. Yeah, the players just trying to figure it out. And in the wake of the suspension of Boston Celtics coach Ime Udoka for the entire 2022-2023 NBA season, the interim coach Joe Mazzulla said yesterday that his goal is to simply continue building upon what the Celtics have worked on to reach the NBA Finals. In other news, IVC volleyball back in action. They'll be on the court tomorrow. They'll take on Miracosta, and that is the IVC volleyball team. And don't forget, we've got Friday night football. Mickey Dale, George Grahava in Calexico to bring you the Tigers and the Bulldogs on our website, kxoradio.com. John Driffel and me will be at Cal Jones Field for the Central Spartans and Mater Dei Crusaders. Yeah, we're on AM 1230 and our YouTube channel. Palo Verde will be at Vincent Memorial. They play at Southwest. Brawley goes to Yuma to take on Gila Ridge. And it is Southwest in Yuma to take on Kofa. That's it for Sports Time. Brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Let's talk about it. Bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to kxoradio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Well, U.S. stock indexes are rallying in a bid to bounce back from a nearly 2-year low. Early trading shows the Dow up 270 points at 29,530. It's on the edge of bear territory. The S&P 500 up 42 at 3,696. NASDAQ up 173 points at 10,975. Gold up $11.40 an ounce. You want to buy an ounce of gold? Yeah, you got to pony up $1,644.10. And oil up $2.23 a barrel, under $80 a barrel right now. Facebook parent company Meta announced today it had detected and shut down 2 separate networks of fake accounts engaged in covert influence operations. The accounts run from China and Russia. The Chinese network was small and received barely any attention, but it did include some accounts that posed as Americans on both sides of the political spectrum. The Russian campaign, on the other hand, was vast. It pushed pro-Kremlin narratives about the war in Ukraine, included thousands of accounts and pages across multiple social media platforms, and spent more than $100,000 on ads on Facebook and Instagram. Hey, Meta's making money on it. I'm surprised they shut it down. Yeah, that's very much unlike them. Elsewhere in the world of high finance, Apple has started making its new iPhone 14 in India as the technology giant looks to diversify its supply chain away from China. While the company manufactures the bulk of its products in China, it has decided to start producing its latest devices in India much earlier than with previous generations.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been providing private security locally for more than 20 years and have owned Southwest Security for more than 6.5 years. I'm proud to announce that we have over 250 employees working here in Imperial and Coachella Valley. Last year, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. P.O. Box service to you. Also located at Southwest Security at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro. If you're in the need for security services, please call us at Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 970-4500.
We will have sunny skies today with a high near 104. West wind about 5 miles an hour, then becoming east. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 82. North wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming south-southwest after midnight. Wednesday, sunny with a high near 104. East-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming north-northeast. And right now, downtown, 82 degrees, 34% relative humidity. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro. Follow all the action of Friday Night Football on Kxo AM 1230. Join me and John Driffel as we bring you the best weekly matchup featuring the Southwest Eagles or the Central Spartans. High school football is live on AM 1230 and on the Kxo YouTube channel. It's brought to you by
McNeese Mart at Dogwood and Main in El Centro, La Fonda Bar and Grill, and the Imperial Valley College.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro on AM 1230. KXO.
This is CBS News on the Hour.
I'm Steve Kathan. Hurricane Ian is expected to add muscle and become a Category 4 storm by the time it hits Florida sometime tomorrow. It's now a Category 3. Emergency Management Director Kevin Guthrie says 2.5 million people are under evacuation orders.
If you live in an evacuation zone and you decide to shelter in place, make sure you have enough supplies to weather the storm. We may be without power 3, 5, 7 days or more, depending on the situation.
CBS News meteorologist David Parkinson says there could be a storm surge close to 10 feet.
If the storm were to come on land either in the Tampa Bay or further north, let's say Clearwater up towards Pasco County, now you have that storm surge and all of that water pushing in from the Gulf into Tampa Bay, and that's one of the worst case scenarios.
Western Cuba took a beating from Hurricane Ian. CBS's Omar Villafranca says there's flooding and power outages.
In the coastal municipality of Batabano, crews with the Red Cross and the mayor worked to evacuate at-risk residents to higher ground. We're going house to house, she said, taking out the elderly and children.
Well, CBS News has confirmed the Secret Service took the cell phones of 24 agents involved in the Capitol attack response and gave them to investigators. The seizure is part of the criminal probe by the Department of Homeland Security into the Secret Service's missing text messages from January 6th, 2021. Facebook's parent company Meta says it's removed 1,600 fake accounts on the social network used to spread Russian propaganda on Ukraine. CBS's Vicki Barker.
There's no proof the Russian government was behind the disinformation network, but the fake social media accounts and sham news websites involved parroted Russian positions on the invasion of Ukraine. And in a few cases, Russian embassies in Europe and Asia amplified the content on their websites.
In Ukraine, Russian soldiers have been pushing for people to vote in referendums in Russian-held territory, an apparent pretext for annexation by Moscow.
These soldiers, which are going from house to house and knocking at the doors.
So if you see they knocking at your apartment, pretend that you're not home, and most likely they will not waste time knocking at your door and just leave.
Some students at around 100 Virginia middle and high schools are walking out of class today to voice opposition to a proposed reversal of policies that protect transgender students.
I want to go to my calculus class. I do not want to be fighting for my rights.
Proposals affect bathroom rules and would put decisions on preferred names in the hands of parents. Wall Street right now, a bounce-back day for stocks. The Dow is up 215 points. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
If you have a small business, Staples has your sign.
Banners for my bakery?
Staples has your sign.
Oh, posters for my new pet store.
Floor decals for a pharmacy.
Every day, Staples associates help every kind of small business create bold signs to make big impressions. And now get $10 off custom signs, banners, and posters when you spend $50 or more. This is your sign, so print it big at Staples. Ends 10/1. Visit staplesconnect.com/thisisyoursign for details.
This tech update is sponsored by Dell Small Business. Spring and summer are synonymous with cleaning, and we're not just talking brooms and mops. You should take time to organize your digital life too. So make sure your passwords are up to date and delete photos and videos that are taking up too much space on your devices. Inside every growing business, there's an innovator. Dell Technologies has the tools to empower yours, like smart PCs powered by the Intel vPro platform that's built for business. Find tech that's right for you by calling a Dell Technologies advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
Some things you might normally see at a store are now under wraps.
We are the Home Depot.
Shoppers are finding more empty space on store shelves at places like Home Depot and Best Buy, but it's not because they're out of stock. The Wall Street Journal says more chains are locking up merchandise like Bose speakers and Fitbit trackers, with theft on the rise and fewer staffers to keep an eye out. Goods are being replaced by QR codes or small signs letting people know they're in secure locations, and you need to ask a salesperson if you're interested. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
The Satanic Temple is going to court to challenge Indiana's near-total ban on abortion, saying it infringes on their followers' religious rights and violates the Constitution. The group claims 11,000 members in the state. It does not worship the biblical Satan, but defends personal sovereignty against religious authority. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.